Maybe tomorrow I'll think of a real song. No, Eddie.
I like the Election Day blues.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year's show is dedicated to the memory of our Rotary President, Anita Billings, and speaking on her behalf is this year's Governor of Rotary District 7120, Tom Rogers.
Thank you. Make sure the mic's on.
Thank you. Thank you and good evening. My name is Tom Rogers, and I serve as the Governor of Rotary District 7120 this year. We represent 70 Rotary clubs throughout Western New York, encompassing 2,391 Rotarians. And your Rotary Club here in Perry is a vital part of our community, both locally and internationally. You know the impact that Perry Rotary makes on your town, the Splash Park, the Literacy Center, the Genesee Valley Rotary Camp for Special Needs Children. But the Perry Rotary Club also supports our Rotary International Foundation with their all-time giving of over $131,000 from members and their club. Perry Rotary has helped enable projects in many countries around the world. I'd like to speak on one of the signature projects of our Rotary International Foundation this year, the global eradication of polio throughout the world. In the early 20th century, polio was one of the feared diseases throughout the industrialized world, paralyzing hundreds of thousands of children every year. Soon after the introduction of effective vaccines in the 1950s and the 1960s, however, polio was brought under control and practically eliminated as a public health problem in these industrialized countries. And yet I remember a polio outbreak in Syracuse, New York in August of 1961 that affected many children. In 1985, the Rotary Global Polio Eradication Initiative began. Polio paralyzed more than 1,000 children every day in 1985, 365,000 children a year. Since then, more than 2.5 billion children have been immunized against polio, thanks to the cooperation of more than 200 countries and 20 million volunteers, backed by an international investment of more than $11 billion. In 2016, there have only been 28 cases of polio throughout the world. This time last year, there were 54 cases. 2 years ago, it was 354 cases. However, tackling that last 1% of polio cases has proved difficult. Conflict, political instability, hard-to-reach populations, poor infrastructures continue to pose challenges to eradicating the disease. Each country offers a unique set of challenges which require local solutions. And in 2013, the Global Polio Eradication Initiative launched the most comprehensive and ambitious plan for completely eradicating polio. It's an all-encompassing strategic plan that clearly outlines measures for eliminating polio in its last strongholds and for maintaining a polio-free world. We are this close to eliminating polio because of the efforts of Rotarians throughout the world. Tonight, you can't see it, but I have a purple pinky because every time that we immunize a child throughout the world, we dye their pinky purple. But also Rotarians, when they make contributions to the Rotary Foundation to eradicate polio, can also turn their pinky purple to show that their commitment to eradicating this terrible disease. I urge everybody who thinks about helping to eradicate polio to go to Rotary.org and make a contribution and turn your pinky purple so that we can get all the way to eradicating this disease. Thank you, and on with the show.
Jeff, you look presentable tonight. Are you from an alternate universe?
Well, thanks, Doug. But you know, my old high school pal, Judy Burt, she helped me put together some great ensembles tonight, so there may be some interesting things.
I bet.
And of course, like our ticket says, anything goes. So we ought to kick off this show here, huh?
And we've already kicked it off with that fabulous chorus who's always in tune under the direction of Sally Bliss and accompanied by Sandra Bastido.
And how could we have a show without our fabulous Rotary Show band? I'd like to introduce them for everybody when I get done. Then we could give them a big round of applause. Over here on drums, we have Tommy Quetchin. On bass, Gary Holt. On lead guitar, Guy Macaluso. And, of course, on trumpet, too. He can play anything, as most all these guys can. And, of course, Eric Kelly on piano. Now, we do have one note that we want you to notice in your program. It says that Dan Fitzpatrick would be with us tonight playing his Chapman stick bass. Dan came down with he got very ill last week and cannot be with us tonight. So we're sorry. We're going to see if we can get him back next year.
And another fun fact, this is the 50th Rotary Show that Don Butler has had a part in putting on. So that's quite an achievement.
50 years, I'd say. Now, with all the political confusion that's gone on this season, Doug, I think maybe it's time that I start a write-in campaign for President of these great United States.
And just who do you have in mind?
Why, me, of course. I'm a snappy dresser and a loud, commanding voice.
We're doomed.
Maybe I should start on my campaign for mayor of Perry Center first. What do you think?
Well, that might be a good idea, but you know, it is election season. We better check in on that undecided voter.
Good idea.
Thank you, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Undecided Voter. I'm your host for tonight, Maureen Orban. Our undecided voter comes from a faraway place called Perry Center. She loves to ride her horses, work on her truck in the shop, and when she has time, read books on the beautiful beaches of Silver Lake. Let's give a round warm of applause for our undecided voter, I'm confused.
I'm confused.
Candidate 1, I feel a clean campaign is essential to being the next president of this great nation. Do you feel you have run a clean campaign? And if not, how do you plan on cleaning it up in the future?
I feel I have run as clean a campaign as could be expected.
Wrong, Hillary, wrong.
No matter how hard you try, a little dirt always gets mixed in. I found during my time as Secretary of State that with a little elbow grease and some pledge, the dirtiest of servers can be wiped clean. Now, let me check some emails.
Candidate 2, the next president is going to need to nominate and fill at least one vacancy on the Supreme Court. Do you feel your past experience with the legal system of this great country, will it help or hinder you in this search?
I have the most experience in the courtroom than anybody on this panel. I have the best experience. I have the best legal team money can buy. The only issue I might run into is trying to find a candidate for the court that hasn't previously or isn't currently involved in a case of mine.
Candidate 3, with the recent nuclear tests conducted by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the increased international presence of President Vladimir Putin, how will you project American influence around the world and protect this nation from external threats?
You gotta be kidding me.
We seem to have lost candidate number 3.
Candidate 1, I have been hearing how many people discuss how important consistency is in an elected official. I've heard you referred to as a flip-flopper repeatedly this election season. How do you answer that charge?
I wholeheartedly embrace my flip-flopping. I would go as far as to call myself an avid flip-flopper, and have been my whole life. There's nothing better than to slide on a pair of flip-flops and take off running. Now, I don't think you'd be asking me that question if I were a male candidate, though.
Oh, yeah, 30 years, all talk, no action. 30 years, Hillary, no action.
Candidate 2, there have been many walls built throughout history. For example, Hadrian's Wall, the Great Wall of China, the Berlin Wall, and even the Great Library Wall.
The Great Library.
What will make your wall different from all of these walls?
Well, I have the best wall. All the other walls are like half walls. Like, that great pony wall of China. My walls will be bigger, better, more goldener than those other walls. I build the best. That's why we're going to make America great again.
Well, seeing that we have lost candidate number 3, you have gotten all the answers you're going to get for tonight. So now, what is your candidate of choice?
Okay. Bill!
Ivanka!
Hillary, I promise you, darling, I have never played chess with this woman.
Looking for Pikachu.
Excuse me?
Pikachu.
I mean, well, bless you. There you go. Again, watch where you're going. What's so important on that thing?
Pokemon.
Ahem.
Pokemon.
I mean, well, okay.
Guys, the Pokestop are ready. Just restored. Let's go.
Doug, I sure hope they find that Pokemon guy, whatever it is.
Oh.
You know, I've seen a lot of football players wearing pink this year, so I thought I'd better do my take on it.
You do know why they're wearing pink, don't you?
Because they're sensitive guys like me.
Oh, we better go backstage. I need to fill you in on a few things.
Well, while we're back there, let's bring out Gabby Pfeiffer, and she's going to sing God Bless the USA.
If tomorrow for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you in the fanners till today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota, from the hills of Tennessee, across the plains from Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, to New York to LA, where there's pride in every American art, and it's time we stand and say, 'cause I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you in the fanners till today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Hey, 'cause I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you in the fanners till today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the U.S.
Hey, Jeff, did you hear about that new job opening at the East Hill Creamery, the cheese factory?
You mean the job description that says cheese cutter wanted? Heck, I've spent a lifetime cutting the cheese.
That's the one. I bet you they can squeeze you right in.
Why don't we take a look at their unique hiring process?
Good one, bro.
Donna, can you believe how hard it's been to find good qualified candidates to work in our cheesery?
No, I can't, Kim. And here we are, right in the middle of dairy country. Why, you'd think that they would be coming out of the barns and the fields to work here at Far More. Instead of far more, it's really been far less. Anyways, who are we going to interview next, Kim?
Well, this next one should be interesting, Donna. His name is Mr. Charles Limburger Munster. He just moved here from Cheddarville, Wisconsin. He carved his resume in this large piece of Swiss cheese. I've studied it, and I found some holes in his stories.
Well, it doesn't sound good, but let's bring him in and see if he's a fit. Would you please send in Mr. Munster? Oh, boy.
Hello, Mr. Munster, and welcome to West Slope Farmore Cheesery. My name is Kim, and this is my coworker, Donna.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here today, ladies. Thank you.
Please have a seat.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Munster, would you like to remove your hat before we start the interview?
Well, thank you, but I don't have a hat on.
Well, thank you for coming in, Mr. Munster. And how are we feeling today?
Oh, I couldn't be cheddar. I mean better.
So, Mr. Munster, your unique Swiss cheese resume really caught our eye.
Well, thanks. I was going to use the blue cheese, but it kept on crumbling on me.
I think it says here that you're originally from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Do you have a family, Mr. Munster?
Family? No family. I provolone.
Did you say provolone?
Yepper, that's what I said. I live alone.
So, Mr. Munster, what makes you qualified to work in our cheesery?
Oh, well, to begin with, I'm a real good worker. My father, Pepper Jack Munster, he always say to me, he say, Charles Limburger Munster, if you're gonna cut the cheese, you cheddar work harder.
Did you mean to cut the mustard, you better work harder?
Yepper, that's what I said. Excuse me. Hello there. You don't say. You don't say. You don't say. Okay, bye-bye.
Can I ask who called?
He didn't say.
Amazing. So, Mr. Munster, what would you say are your greatest strengths?
Ooh. I would have to say my greatest strength is my strong odor. You see, I always smell Gouda because I carry with me an onion, a loaf of good fresh bread, and a bottle of beer. Just in case I run into some tasty cheese that needs a sampling. I see you eyeing the onion. Would you like a piece of onion? Would you?
Oh, no, thank you.
No?
No, thank you.
No chewing the onion. No more kissing Bill Clinton. No. That's the way that would go. Okie dokie.
Mr. Munster,
Yes.
we have one final question for you. What do you like to do in your spare time?
Oh, spare time. You know, it could be many things. I see I go to the movies with my friends, Mats or Ella Feta. Feta is their last name. Or I have Artie Romano over to play cheddars.
Did you mean to say play checkers?
Yepper, that's what I said.
Well, Mr. Munster, you sound like you're a very busy man. So thank you again for coming in, and we'll get back to you maybe pretty soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I want each of you to have a business card from me because I got my hair cut today and I was able to make a business card for each one of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
I don't even want to ask why you have that.
Doug, I got a letter from the IRS this week. They want to do a 5-year audit on my income taxes.
Your income taxes are on toilet paper?
All 5 years worth, and that's about what they're worth.
How come some of the rolls are smaller than the others?
Oh, those have been heavily redacted.
Oh, like an email server?
Yeah, wiped clean.
Well, you know what? I think we better bring back, not you. Let's bring in the senior high select chorus under the direction of Sandra Bastido. They're going to be doing Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better by Irving Berlin from Annie Get Your Gun, which first came out 70 years ago this year.
I can shoot a partridge with a single cartridge.
I can get a sparrow with a bow and arrow.
I can do most anything.
Can you bake a pie?
No.
Neither can I.
Anything you can sing, I can sing louder.
I can sing anything louder than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I tell you yes.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no,
I can. Anything you can dig, I can dig deeper. I can dig anything deeper than you.
30 feet,
40 feet.
50 feet.
60 feet.
No, you don't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I can be a racer, quite a steeplechaser.
I can jump a hurdle, even in my girdle.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that.
Yes.
So can a rat. Anything you can reach, I can go higher. I can sing anything higher than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. I can hold longer. I can hold any no longer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes. Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
Jeff, what do you think of this beautiful set that Phil Cowie and his crew created?
I have to admit, Doug, they've done a great job, and we have a couple of local artists that really helped out too, Scotty Sapperd and Jody Walton. We should give them a big hand for that as well. And I noticed we have a couple of our new businesses too here in town represented up there, the Silver Lake Brewing Project and the East Hill Creamery. Sure is good to see those. Always
Yes,
great
it
to see
is.
a new business, isn't it?
It's great.
Now, I know, Doug, every year you look forward to hearing one of my granddaughter's new jokes, and this year I'm sure is no exception.
I can't wait.
A duck walks into Rite Aid to buy some lipstick.
How does a duck pay for lipstick?
She said, put it on her bill. Get it?
Oh, you know what?
Oh, those kill me.
Yeah, somebody's gonna kill you. You know what? Let's look in on a couple old timers on a hot day.
So hot. I can't take it anymore. All summer long. It's so hot. So thirsty. I just can't take it. Why has it got to be so hot? Why? All the winter. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, I'd like to take a drink out of there, but all right, let's try it. But what are we going to drink out of? Can you find something out of there to drink out of? Oh, okay. Well, let's try that. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, this looks good. What's this stuff in here? Is that normal? Is that normal? It actually looks just as good as Silver Lake. Yeah. Well, anything goes. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that just didn't do it though. I'm still hot. Still hot. What do you think about, well, was thinking about going swimming, but it says no swimming. I can't swim in there. There's police all over the place. What if I get in trouble? Oh, I just can't do it. What am I going to do? I mean, it was so hot. I just can't do it. So, I got to follow the rules. Oh, well, all right. I guess that makes it okay. But we have one more problem. We don't have any swimsuits. What do you think? Oh, yeah, we don't need any swimsuits. All right? Well, anything goes.
Doug, there's no sense making these good people wait any longer to see the latest in men's fashions for this winter.
You know what? They're right. It's going to be a terrible winter.
Doug, many men out there view me as their personal fashion icon.
Yeah, the blind ones.
While I take a moment to burn this image into their retinal memory, why don't you introduce the next act?
Yeah, I think you better burn right out of here. Let's look in on the reading of the will.
Nurse, would you take a few notes for me, please?
Oh, of course. Go ahead.
For my daughter, I leave the properties in Birchwood Acres. And for my son, I leave the apartment complex on Lake Street. And for my loving wife, I leave her all the houses around Silver Lake.
Still moving. Daryl was threatening to sneak in another skid last night since we only took one. We didn't get one. He has a library of the darn things, I guess.
I'm so sorry. But you know, he was always so grouchy with me. I had no idea he was so generous and so rich. Tell me, how many properties did he own?
Well, he was a grouch, but he wasn't rich. He didn't own any properties. That was his paper route.
Doug, I know you're about ready for another hilarious joke, right?
Oh, I can't wait.
A man walks into a bar with a pair of jumper cables wrapped around his shoulders. The bartender says he can stay, but he better not try to start anything.
Oh, man.
How do I do it? How do I do it?
I think we better start moving in another direction. Where? Let's bring back the Rotary Show chorus to perform every night when the sun goes down.
Twilight Zone.
Doug, whenever I'm doing my runs down Sherman Road, sometimes I just gotta be free. I gotta be me.
Yeah, that kind of behavior will land you in jail.
Well, I gotta admit, my neighbors Dick and Joyce don't talk to me anymore. But, hey, if you're meaning that police thing, it's in the bag because them and me are like Arm in arm.
I bet.
Not a problem at all. I tell you, I just wander how.
Mr. Fitch, would you come with me, please?
I have to go with Officer Mark now. Bring some clothes, Doug. Okay?
Yes, indeed. Oh. While he's having a little talk with Officer Mark, let's look down to Silver Lake and see who's gone fishing.
Hey, Craig.
Where have you been?
Well, I ran into a little snag.
That's fish talk, I take
Yeah.
it. Why the distance?
Better than locker room talk. Well, anyway, I ran into a
Got some
snag.
miles out of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
So why the distance here?
Well, I kind of ran into somebody, and I asked him to come along.
In the locker room?
No.
No.
Roy. I asked for him to come along.
No.
I know.
Why'd you invite Roy?
I mean, have you seen Roy? I mean, seriously?
I know, he's in trouble.
Okay.
Hey, got the worms? Because I've been waiting here. Go fishing.
Well,
Roy's got the worms.
Roy's got
oh,
the
yeah.
worms.
This ought to be good.
Yeah. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Hey, Roy. How you doing?
Hi, Don.
Have a seat.
Hi, Roy.
Greg.
What do you got there, big guy? You got,
I got a
what's the
chicken.
bat? What's the bat for? Oh!
What? All right, let's.
Roy, what is that?
Let's see.
Get
Let's
the
start
big
with that.
one. I'm going to get the big one.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What are you going to do with that?
You gonna throw it in?
Where-
You might as well get it over with. Go ahead.
Yeah, cast it out there.
Cast it out there.
Well, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, nice cast.
All right.
Hey, Roy, while you're up, what's the bat for?
Yeah.
In case I catch it.
Oh, great. Okay.
All
Hey, Roy, you got the worms?
Yeah, I got the worms.
Well, I'd like one. I've been waiting here. They're dead. And they stink a little.
No, they don't.
They don't taste very good.
Good. Try another one.
Wow.
You guys quiet down over there. It's supposed to be quiet when we fish.
Anyway, let's put those
Don't put 'em
listen,
back.
Listen, you're not going to catch anything with this. So I got a couple rods here. Why don't you? That worm's bad.
What do you want me to do?
Cast right out to those young fellows out there.
You sure?
Yeah, as soon as I can get this worm out of my mouth. What the heck you got here?
You got all kinds of things going over there.
I didn't do anything.
This is a regular fishing story. Okay, there you go. All right.
You ready?
Cast it.
Catch it. A little harder.
Oh, hey. Too much line there, Roy.
The hooks are supposed to go in the water, Roy.
You caught a nice hat, Roy. Here, hang on a minute. All right, let's put this bat back on. No, don't mess with that. I just bought that. All right. Here, try this one. Try this one.
It doesn't work.
I know. It doesn't work very well. Let's try that one.
You sure this one will work?
Just be careful, will you?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing over
I don't know. He's just cast out those fish out. Jeez, Roy. Oh, Roy!
Whoa! Whoa!
Hold on.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Roy, don't move.
Don't move.
Hold still, Roy. Don't move. This is very serious, Roy. Very serious.
Hey, Don, could you help me?
I don't think so. Don't yank it too hard. All right. All right, we're safe. We're safe. You got. All right. All right. Maybe, Craig. Maybe we got to stick to this thing, this stick.
Hold on. It's moving.
You got nibble.
It's
you gotta
moving.
Nibble. You got nibble.
You got a knot.
You got a knot, but it's going. It's going out.
Pull it,
I think he's
Roy.
got one. I think he's got one. I think he's got one.
Let me pull it.
You got one.
I got something.
Reel it in.
I got something.
Reel it in.
Reel it in.
Give me the bat. Give me the bat.
Get it.
Reel it in first.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
There it is.
There it is.
It's a.
Get him. Kill it.
Kill it.
Kill it. Kill it.
Kill it.
Kill it.
Wow. It's a shark.
It's a shark.
It's a shark.
Oh my. Wait a minute.
Roy, you caught a shark.
Kill it. Still moving.
Hit it again.
All right. I think it's dead. All
Wow.
right, let me take a look at it. You say it's a shark?
It's a shark.
Okay, let me take a look at it. It looks like Hansi.
Ooh.
That only means one thing.
It's a loan shark.
It's a loan shark. Wow.
Wow. Kill it.
Kill it. All right.
Now what do we do?
I don't know. What do you do with a shark?
I don't know. We could Google it.
We could Google it.
I think
this isn't one of those Pokemon things, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think we have to start right here and cut it open.
Oh. And where do you go all the way up to?
Well, I think we got to go over this belly fat.
You know, speaking of fat, that is a fat one.
That's a fat banker right there, ain't it?
Wow.
Well.
All right. Roy, we got to eat the meat. Okay? We got to eat the meat.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start here.
Yep.
And we're going to cut all the way to the top.
Yup.
All right. Well, there's only one thing then.
Let's get started.
Let's get started. Let's get started.
That's your cue.
Get him, Roy. Get him.
Doug, you know those new center islands that they built in Main Street?
I sure saw those.
Do you think I could get my pal Eddie Kozel to fill them with sand and then we could play in them with our Tonka trucks?
I knew there was a reason your mother wanted you to play in traffic.
Well, while we're doing that, let's bring up a young man with a boatload of talent, Jeremy Zerbe. Doug, how about this hot number for a little heat by the fireplace?
Yeah, throw it in there while you're at it.
I can't believe that the FBI had subpoenaed all 13 emails that I wrote last year.
Why did they do that?
Well, take a look. It seems as though reading my emails is a cure for insomnia. Once through, and everybody's asleep. It's kind of like that when I'm talking to people. You know, I'm going on and on about something, and I look around, and then I go to say, Doug? You still with me?
Did I miss something?
Didn't you hear the phone ring?
Hello?
Hi, honey. Hey, are you still at the country club by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Great. Hey, I'm still at the mall, and I just wanted to pass this by you. I found this beautiful leather coat, but they want $2,000 for it.
Hey, if you like it, go ahead and buy it.
Great. Hey, by the way, I also stopped by the dealership, you know, when we were there last week, and we saw that pretty red Lexus. Well, they still have it, but they want $90,000 for it.
Well, for that price, make sure it has all the bells and whistles. But if you like it, go ahead and get it.
Super. Hey, one more thing, as long as I've got you in a good mood. You know, I was talking to our real estate agent today, and the house that we liked is on the market again, but they want $980,000.
Offer them $900,000. They'll probably take it. But if they don't, cough up the other $80,000. If you like it, go ahead and get it.
Okay. Hey, thanks, honey. I'll see you later. Love you.
You're welcome. Love you too. Anybody knows whose phone this is?
Doug, I've discovered 3 main reasons for failure. Blame everybody, complain all the time,
and work with you on stage all night.
Maybe we should focus on my success factors instead.
I got a better idea. Let's focus on Archie and Edith.
Oh.
Come on, Edith. Get out of here. The election results are going to be coming in. I'm going to need a cold beer tonight with all this excitement. I can hardly control myself, Edith.
I knew you would need a cold one tonight, Archie.
Thank you, Edith.
You're welcome, honey. Archie, election night's always so exciting.
Yeah, Edith. I used to think Halloween was the scariest night of the year. But this year, I think it might be election night.
Yeah, Archie, but this election night is especially exciting, with the possibility of a woman becoming president of the United States.
We need a woman president like Nancy Pelosi needs a Halloween mask, Edith.
But Archie, maybe it's time that a woman became commander-in-chief, seeing that a man hasn't done that great a job lately.
Edith, let me remind you, a woman's place is in the house.
Maybe the White House, Archie.
It's in her house, taking care of her husband, doing the cooking and cleaning and running after the kids.
Oh, Archie, today women don't stay home and cook and clean no more. No, they're free. they can do anything a man can do. And you know when that all started, Archie?
When?
Back in the 1960s when we was young. It was called the Women's Liberation Movement.
It's more like a bowel movement, Edith.
Archie, don't you remember what women used to do back in the 60s to show their power and their freedom?
No.
Well, Archie, they used to burn their bras. I used to think of it as a girls' night out. Fly be free. Let those babies run wild. But I did learn one thing back then, Archie. It was that after you burned your bra, you never hula hooped or did the twist. They get a flopping and a flipping all over the place, Archie. You could knock your eye out.
That's one thing you didn't have to worry about, Edith.
Oh, look, Archie, they're broadcasting from the election headquarters now. Look at all that red, white, and blue there tonight, Archie. You know, red, white, and blue is my favorite colors.
Really?
It symbolizes our freedom.
Except when you see it in your rearview mirror.
That's true. And then, oh, look, Archie. It looks like Hillary took another state.
Yep. Headaches, hemorrhoids, hammer toes, and Hillary. We don't need any of them. What we do need is one of the good old boys like Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yeah, Archie, you know, sometimes you don't miss something until it's gone. Sort of like toilet paper.
You dingbat. When are you going to get my supper on, Edith? You know it's not going to fix itself.
Oh, Archie, with all this excitement tonight, I almost forgot about supper. But first, I'm going to go call Dr. Shapiro.
For what?
Well, Archie, it says there on TV all the time to be sure to seek medical attention if you've got an election that lasts longer than 4 hours.
Doug, take a look at this deduction that they don't want to allow me. Can you believe that?
You deducted your underwear?
All $900 million worth.
Why did you do that?
Because I'll be tax-free for 5 lifetimes. Figure it out.
I guess I'll be
Gosh.
visiting you in jail. Oh, in the meantime, let's bring back the Rotary Show chorus to wrap up the show.
Boom, 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 boom,
E flat.
I told Sarah. They're signaling, they can't hear you and they're falling. And you're still in pitch.
Hey, thanks.